Hey everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about the Keepers in World of Warcraft lore. First off, this is just a general overview of the Keepers as a race and the major events that they were a part of. If you want to learn more about each individual Keeper, or more about the events that we talk about, there are going to be links to those individual videos in the description when I do them. The Keepers are the Titan-forged Watchers, who were created by and imbued with the power of the Titans, each given a specific Titan's likeness and powers. The Keepers are Archaedas, Loken, Thorim, Freya, Mimiron, Hodir, Tyr, Ra, and Odyn. They were tasked by the Titans to protect, create, and preserve life on Azeroth, and protect and awaken the sleeping world soul within it. They are the subject of many legends and myths of the mortal races, as they created most of the lesser beings and literally shaped the world itself. Early in Azeroth's history, the old gods began infesting the world. The elemental lords of Azeroth failed to repel them and instead were forced to serve them. The old gods created a large empire, the Black Empire, and warred with each other. When the Titans finally arrived, they saw that the old gods were corrupting the world soul within Azeroth, but didn't want to interfere directly because they didn't want to risk permanent harm to Azeroth itself. Instead, they created the Keepers and the Titan-forged to do battle against them. When the Titan Aman'Thul saw that the battle was beginning to be too difficult, he reached down and ripped the old god Ysera from the planet, tearing the old god apart, killing many of the Titan-forged, and permanently damaging Azeroth. So they wouldn't damage Azeroth further, they commanded the Keepers and the Titan-forged to imprison the remaining old gods beneath the earth, rather than killing them. So, N'Zoth, C'Thun, and Yogg-Saron lie in wait. The Black Empire may be no more, but is not the last we'll see of the old gods. Azeroth was bleeding from the damage of ripping Ysera from it, and needed to be fixed. The arcane lifeblood of the world soul from within Azeroth was leaking out from where Ysera's roots took hold. The Keepers worked day and night to construct magical wards around the wound, until the arcane energies finally balanced into an enormous lake of power, the Well of Eternity. This well would become the source of the world's magical and natural powers, acting as a font to send energies out to nourish life and help sentient beings evolve from the world's primitive life forms. Ulduar, the prison of the old god Yogg-Saron, became the base of operations for the Keepers. Prime Designate Odyn ordered the construction of the Forge of Wills, which was used to construct more Titan-forged races to help the Keepers in their charge, such as the Earthen, Vrykul, Mogu, and Mechagnomes, among others. In Uldum, the Keepers Mimiron and Archaedas created the Forge of Origination as a failsafe against the Forge of Wills. The Forge of Origination would regulate the rhythms of Azeroth's world soul and fortify its form, but if the planet, or life on the planet, would become corrupt, the Forge would destroy all life on the world so that it could start anew. 5 members of the primitive race Proto-Dragons worked with the Keeper Tyr to defeat the evil Galakrond, a Proto-Dragon who wished to consume the world. Tyr blamed the other Keepers for not acting against Galakrond earlier. The Proto-Dragons who defeated Galakrond were Alexstrasza, Ysera, Nozdormu, Neltharion, and Malygos. Because of their courage, the Keeper Tyr suggested that they empower these 5 Proto-Dragons and make them the defenders of Azeroth, since they already proved that they could help save the planet, and that the Keepers obviously can't do it effectively. The Keepers called out to the Titans, and the Titans blessed each one of these Proto-Dragons, making them into dragons, larger than before, and giving each one of them tremendous power. Keeper Odyn was sure that these dragon aspects would fail in their charge to protect Azeroth, as they could not be trusted and were not Titan-forged. So, he decided to make an army out of the Vrykul, who he found were the purest expression of warrior spirit among all of the Titan-forged. Odyn did this without the support of the other Keepers. As a part of his plan, he had the Titan-forged Watcher sorceress Helya lift a chunk of Ulduar from the earth to float in the sky. This was now the Halls of Valor. Odyn told all of Vrykul that those who proved themselves by dying glorious deaths in battle would live again in the Halls of Valor. These champions, the Valarjar, would be transported to the halls and given mighty storm-forged bodies, and would serve as Azeroth's guardians. When the Titans were slain by Sargeras, Norgannon, one of the Titans, casted a spell that sent the Titan spirits into the Keepers on Azeroth. The Keepers could not withstand the force of the Titan souls flowing into them. They felt the fragmented memories and the powers of the Titans. Confused, they reached out to the Titans for answers, but received no reply. They were now alone in the universe. The Keeper Loken, tasked with safeguarding the world from the old gods from within Ulduar, is slowly corrupted by the old god Yogg-Saron. In this corruption, Loken accidentally killed Sif, the wife of Keeper Thorim, and decided to do everything he could to keep it a secret. This led to Mimiron, Freya, and Hodir also being corrupted within Ulduar. Fighting a deep depression, Thorim hid within the Temple of Storms. Loken then worked to seal the Halls of Valor, allying with Helya, who hated Odyn for turning her into a Val'kyr. Loken restored her free will, and she used her power that had once opened the Halls of Valor to seal it. The Valarjar and Odyn were trapped inside. The Keepers Tyr and Archaedas confront the corrupted Loken. They steal the Discs of Norgannon, which keeps the entire history of the world, in order to study what Loken has done, and fled south, with the Keeper Ionea and several Earthen, Vrykul, and Mechagnomes. Loken sent 2 Cathraxi after them, and the group is defended by the heroic sacrifice of the Keeper Tyr, in what would one day be known as Tyr's Fall. The symbol of the Keeper Tyr's silver hand would forever be a symbol of the light and self-sacrifice. Some of the Vrykul traveling with them would stay here to defend Tyr's grave. They, along with other Vrykul who are stunted with the curse of flesh, would eventually become the race known as humans. Meanwhile, Archaedas and Ionea continued south to Uldum. With the Discs of Norgannon gone, Loken created the Tribunal of Ages, a false record of history to cover his tracks. And after Loken's betrayal, the Titan Forged began to scatter all across Azeroth. Later on, Keeper Ra found out the Pantheon was dead and fell into a deep depression. He remained in the Mogu'shan Vaults until he was finally found guarding the engine of Alexstrasza by the Titan-forged Mogu, Lei Shen, who was frustrated with the Keeper's apathy. Lei Shen took Ra's power and vowed to continue following the Titan's goals, creating the large Mogu Empire. But this was not an isolated incident with Ra. The silence of the Titans created apathy in most of the other Keepers as well. During the war against the Lich King, the Alliance and Horde invaded Ulduar, defeated Loken and Yogg-Saron, and freed the other Keepers within Ulduar. During the Burning Legion's 3rd invasion, Ulduar and the Keepers within again came under attack by the demons, trying to gain access to the Titan souls within the Keepers. Odyn and his Valarjar are also freed from the Halls of Valor by the heroes of Azeroth, and joined the effort against the Legion. This combined effort eventually defeated the Legion, distracted the spirits of many of the Titans from the Keepers, and sealed the Burning Legion's leader, the Titan Sargeras, in the seat of the Pantheon. Often the Titans are credited for the works of the Keepers. The Keepers are often underappreciated in Azeroth's history, but that changes today. The Keepers have done much to shape the world of Azeroth, being the unknown subject to the legends of the mortal races, such as the humans worshipping Tyr's hand, or the Vrykul attempting to ascend with Odyn to the Halls of Valor. So I hope this video was enjoyable. Again, this is meant to be just a general overview of the events the Keepers were a part of, and of each of the Keepers. In the future, I plan on doing a video on all of these events that I've already talked about, of each individual Keeper in more in-depth, but I hope you liked this survey class of the Keepers. If you did, you should definitely like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Check me out on Twitter, on Instagram, and especially on Twitch. My wife and I stream there. We have a pretty cool community and would love for you to join us. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.